What's up, everybody? Weston Hodkiewicz here from Green Bay Press Gazette and PackersNews.com, joined alongside Pete Dougherty. And Pete, the Green Bay Packers are in the market for tight ends this offseason. Jermichael Finley, his status is up in the air. Eric Ebron is the guy that kind of stands out on the page right now from North Carolina. C.J. Fedorowicz, also from Iowa. Who did you talk to today, and what do you think about that class of prospects going into this year's draft?
I think I talked to almost all of them. I'm having trouble distinguishing them right now. It'd be a little surprising if the Packers took one in the first round, but not a total stunner. But I would think that's a good bet in the first 2 or 3 rounds. There's a decent chance. Fedorowicz is an interesting guy. He played at a team in Iowa that didn't throw a lot. He was actually recruited in basketball by Wisconsin for a while, and Indiana offered him a scholarship, but he was wanted to play football, and Iowa doesn't throw a lot, but so there's some questions about how good a receiver this guy is, but he's a huge guy, can run. Nicholas from Notre Dame, who's actually related to Jake Matthews, the tackle, but he's not related to Clay Matthews because his mom and Jake Matthews' mom are sisters.
That's another wing to the tree, or another branch to the tree.
It is, but he's in that whole family. He said he met Clay when they were young kids, when the Clay's family came down to Texas for a couple of visits. He said back when he was skinny and not so muscular and not big time. Absolutely. But also a very talented guy who could go in the first 2 or maybe third round.
One thing I thought was interesting, too, is John Schneider actually talked today from Seattle. He mentioned the belt that has kind of gained a lot of fame and over social media. Said it was the day before the Super Bowl that he did that to release some tension, but his mom did see it. Kind of joked around with the media a little bit about it. All kidding aside, though, he mentioned how big of a deal it was for him to win the Super Bowl going back to the 2010 season, which he wasn't a part of that Super Bowl run with the Packers. Got it in Seattle. Just want to ask you really quickly, Pete, about the regime he's kind of built there in Seattle. He's done it from scratch, really, with Pete Carroll, but what do you think about the structure of that team and where that's at right now for the De Pere native?
They seem to work great together. They've got the chemistry seems to be good. They both like to take risks, and I think Carroll thinks he's got the personality and the system to absorb the risks on some players. They've done really well. The one thing I'd caution is that, in 2010, they were saying how the Packers looked like they were I was saying, and many of us were, that the Packers looked like they were set up for a really nice run here. And, they've done well, but they haven't gotten back to the Super Bowl. These things can get away quickly. You lose that little bit of edge. A key guy gets hurt. Wilson will get a contract extension, and that'll change their salary, their whole salary cap situation. But yes, they do. It looks like they have a really talented team, and for the next year or two at least, could be the best team in the league.
All right, stay tuned to PackersNews.com for all of your updates from the NFL Scouting Combine. Until next time, for Pete and Wes from Lucas Oil Stadium, we'll see you later.